Joining me right now is Uday Baldota at Sun Pharma. Uday, great to have you with us here. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Prashant.
Sun Pharma has been an incredible story over the last couple of years. Incredible. Wealth creator for investors. What should we look out for from Sun as we head into fiscal 14?
I think specifically we'll guide for fiscal 14 maybe once our full year numbers are out. But largely I think as I see the business, all our segments are well placed. There are enough growth drivers in each of our businesses, whether we look at US, we look at India, even the rest of the world business. So I think barring our making any specific big mistake or something, I think we should continue to grow the business. I don't know whether we can continue to grow at the pace that we've grown in the past, but I think we would like to continue to grow the business fast.
You said big mistakes. Anything particular in mind when you said
No,
that?
No. When I say that strategy is in place, I think team is in place. I think the opportunity in the market is quite good. So that way I think everything is good. So we should be able to continue to grow the business. But as uncertain and unpredictable the world is, and probably in the past we've definitely had some execution errors. If we keep those aside, and if we don't make similar mistakes in the future, I think business will continue to grow is our expectation.
But do you think growth is slowing down? We had actually over the last, say, 4 months or so, the local market seems to be slowing down. Now it could be just, I think since October last year, 2012, the industry data that we get is pointing to some sort of slowdown. That could be temporary, or that could be sort of pointing to slower growth per se for the next couple of quarters. Which one do you think it is? I'm talking about the domestic market.
Sure. No, I understand. I think we've been also looking at the data, and several people have asked us exactly the same question. In our view, I think it's a bit premature to reach a conclusion on either side, that the growth is really going to slow down or the growth will continue the way it is. I would say if you look at the last 10 years, by and large, the industry has shown a fairly strong growth. And to an extent, I would say that it's also in the same time that the economy was doing quite well. While we haven't really established a specific correlation between the industry growth and the pharma sector growth, but let's assume for a minute that there is probably some correlation. So to the extent that the economy is slowing down, I think there may be a slowdown impact on the industry. But beyond that, I don't think there are any specific factors. Actually, we see the level of penetration which is there in the country today for these types of medicines. We would expect that the growth to remain fairly strong even going forward.
Will we see M&A type of action, inorganic efforts at Sun? Or, that is behind, you don't want to do that except very niche acquisitions that might come your way?
I think we've been fairly clear about this, that the cash chest that we have, we will use this primarily for M&A. So our M&A intents are fairly clear, and we continue to look for opportunities.
And where are you in searching for opportunities?
I would say primarily our target is still US, and we would also look at maybe moderate sized opportunities in some of the large emerging markets. So those are, I would say, the primary 2 targets that we would have. Obviously, there is nothing at the moment, but I think we have a fair amount of cash, and that's what we would like to use it for.
One last point, without going into specifics in terms of numbers, because you said you'd put out guidance for growth for fiscal 14 when you declare numbers, but over the next couple of quarters, how many exclusivities are lined up that we should watch out for?
Very difficult to say.
What kind of approvals from
Prashant, actually very difficult to say, because predicting approvals is extremely difficult. When you will get an approval and how quickly you will be able to bring a product to market, I think is very difficult. We have more than 100 products awaiting approval with the FDA, and I think if I look at our past, then I think we have been getting approvals at a fairly regular pace, and I would expect the same kind of pace to go forward as well. But predicting specific product approvals, I think, is very challenging.
Well, thanks very much for your time. Great
Thanks,
to have you
Prashant.
with us here. Thank you.
Thank you.